Okay, so that dependent variable is a variable that completes the loop of a relationship in between independent and dependent variable. So that is a mandatory relationship or mandatory intervening. Without that variable you would not be able to rightly prove the relationship between independent and dependent variable. So you even would not be allowed to remove that variable if there is any mediator in the relationship. So you must write that variable, or that variable will give a right direction of independent variable towards the dependent variables. Like here we can see that it surfaces between the time the independent variable operates to influence the dependent variable and their impact on the dependent variable. So there are two stages. In the first stage, you will see a relationship between uh, independent variable and dependent variable. And in first time, that time is, you can see that it's a t1, that in the first stage you will find out the relationship between independent and dependent variable. And in second time, in t2, you will check that relationship is t2. So that's what is called here, is it's a time the independent variable operates to influence the dependent variable. So mediating variable is an important variable. So here in an example, if you see here, the willingness to operate and training programs growth need. So if individuals willingness to learn is somehow going to impact on the training program need, the growth of that need. So if we see how that variable will will infect on it, now you can see that high and low. Like if the people are in a high growth need of that training program, then the effect of those uh, training program will be high in a sense of willingness to learn. So in the same way, effect for those low in growth need, you can see that here the effectiveness of training program will be low in case of willingness to learn. The people will learn if they have a high need of growth need. If they feel that they are in a great need of something, then that training program will ultimately give better result. Here growth need is being as a mediator. Like the training program will ultimately effect on the willingness to learn. So here that training program is an independent variable. Training program independent variable, or willingness to learn is your dependent variable. So here the growth need is your mediating variable. The high low of that growth need is the intervening variable here. The people with high growth need will ultimately have a greater willingness to learn comparative to those people who are having a low growth need of training programs. So their learning will not be as effective as a higher growth need people are having. So again, we would have another example here as an intervening variable, or we can say that as a mediator variable. Workforce diversity is going to affect on the reading abilities. Again, we would not be able to achieve the reading ability without creating synergy among the employees. So creative synergy in between the relationship of workforce diversity is your intervening variable, or you may call it a mediating variable. In another way, there might be a relationship where a mediator or intervening variable, or even you can call mediator variables are present. This is called a complex relationship, or somehow a complex framework. तो कुछ हमारे पास ऐसे complex framework भी होंगे जहाँ पे आपको moderator और mediator वेरिएबल्स जो है वो साइमल्टेनियसली आपके पास हो गए, एंड देन यू कैन स्टार्ट योर developing your framework. So here at a T1, we have a workforce diversity, or that is being moderated by managerial expertise to create creative synergy first. So from T1 to T2, first we will try to, in a first stage, we will try to prove that relationship. Once we have seen a significant result of that relationship, in a second stage, while using creative synergy results, we will move to T2. In the second stage, we will uh, go for that framework. So as a intervening variable, you can split your framework into two sections. So you would not be able to reach to the reading ability without the presence of creating synergy. So that is a mandatory element. So you would not be able to miss it. So mediator is an important part, or you can see that either that mediator is a significant or not significant, or that significance can be checked after applying results, statistical or mathematical modeling on it, then we will check it. The same way a moderating variable is there, then we can see that the impact is positive or negative. So these are the complex modeling in the presence of moderator and mediator. After developing a theoretical framework uh, as an independent, dependent, intervening variable or moderating variable, we would be able to define a comprehensive statement of theoretical framework. Here, the theoretical framework is the foundation of which the entire research project is based. As earlier I talk about it, the theoretical framework will tell about the whole scenario of your research, what actually you are going to do. This is a logically developed, described, and elaborated network of associations among the variables. There is a logical flow. If you wanted to check reading ability with the help of workforce diversity there, so you should be very clear about the arrows and all that. If there is a role of managerial expertise, so you must elaborate that role, or then you need to check it where that managerial expertise might affect in my framework. Let's suppose if you are interested to check your managerial expertise at that level, might be theoretically or practically it's not possible. If it would not be possible to check managerial expertise at that level, it means the logical flow of your theoretical framework is not good. So with the help of intensive literature review, or even while checking the practical scenario of that model, you need to define the right point of that managerial expertise where that might impact or give better result. So in theoretical framework, you should able to develop a logical flow of your research being conducted, or how you will do it through the interviews, observations, and literature review that is already there. Interviews of experts in the industry, observations, your personal knowledge of what you have experienced or seen in the field, or the literature review. So these are the important components that we have already discussed about it, but you should remember these 5 points whenever you are going to develop your theoretical framework of the study. The variables considered relevant to the study should be clearly identified and labeled in the discussion. So irrelevant variables should not be there. It's a logical and elaborated form of your research. So once you have developed your problem statement and research questions, then it would be very easy to draw your theoretical framework. So that should be relevant to the research problem or research questions. So if there is any mislines in the relationship, so it means your theoretical framework would not be able to convey the message of your research, that what you are going to conduct. Discussion should state how two or more variables are related to each other. Like if in a single framework there are one, two, or three variables, so you should able to give a logical arguments or theoretical base or even practical phenomena of the relationship between one or two variables. The relationship is there, like the relationship between workforce diversity and managerial expertise. You should able to give a logical arguments here why that relationship exists in my study, or what is the background knowledge about it. And the third one is, if the nature and direction of the relationship can be theorized on the basis of findings from previous studies. Again, whatever the directions are being defined, either the direction should move from work for diversity to creative synergy, or either it's a positive relationship, it's a direct impact or an indirect impact, or these sort of relationships should also be spotted with your theories. And there should be a clear explanation of why you would expect these relationship to exist. Again, a logical arguments behind that relationships. And the last one, a thematic diagram of the theoretical framework should be given so that the reader can visualize the theorized relationship. This is what I'm talking about here. This is your thematic diagram of your study, what you are going to do. After checking that theoretical framework, even I can guess that okay, what the researcher wanted to do in in the study. So theoretical framework is very important to idealize the research area of the researcher. So this is somehow the mandatory part of the study. Here you can see that another theoretical framework, a relationship of independent or dependent variable, where we have a multiple variables. And it's a criterion variable is the air safety violation. There are multiple factors that are going to affect on the air safety violations: the training of cockpit crew, decentralization, communication between ground control and cockpit, the communication among cockpit members. So there are some relationships as well. Here it's the intervening variable. Let me add your class values here. Okay, that is a nervousness and deficient, that is a diffidence. So that is your intervening variable. Or cockpit training of cockpit crew, or if they would be able to cover up that nervousness, or they are more confident to talk, or they are very talkative, or communication ways are very effective, so somehow the air safety violation would be minimized. In the same way, we have another example here: training as well. Communication among cockpit members, communication between ground control and cockpit, and decentralization. So moderating might be there as a training might be there as a moderating variable to avoid air safety violations. So the next point is hypothesis development. After developing theoretical framework, that is a fourth step, and fifth step of scientific research process is hypothesis development. That is your research statement. It is called testable statement as well. Whatever you are going to test now, after developing your theoretical framework, you need to develop your testable statements. Normally in our statistical process in research, we have to develop some logical flow of statements that should meet up uh, uh, our research criteria, that is our research objectives or research problem as well. Or like your testable statements should follow a path of theoretical framework and your research objectives. So after problem statement, objective, or theoretical framework, you will develop your statement again into a testable statements, or that the result of that testable statement will help you to write about the achievement of your research problem. So definition of hypothesis: a hypothesis is an educated guess about a problem solution. It can be defined as a logical uh, conjecture relationship between two or more variables expressed in the form of testable statement. This is a testable statement. So there are some sort of relationship like if and then, and somehow we have a directional variables or non-directional variables as well. So here if and then statement of hypothesis mean to examine whether a relationship of differences exist or not. यहाँ पे हमारे पास जो है वो कुछ if and then की statement होगी, whether the relationship exists or not. These hypotheses can be set as either as propositions or in the form of if and then statement. यहाँ पे आपके पास words आ रहा है whether that relationship exists or not, तो if and then statement है. Then we have a null and alternative hypothesis. Those hypotheses are commonly used in that behavior sort of studies. The null hypothesis, जहाँ पे हमारे पास there is a proposition that state a definitive exact relationship between two variables, that like there is a positive relationship. If you remember here, there is a positive relationship between decentralization and air safety violation. If decentralization will increase, air safety violation will decrease. That is the direction. Communication, like here, if you see, a hypothesis is there. If I draw a one hypothesis, one arrow mean one hypothesis, do remember it. All these arrows are showing a hypothesis direction. Like here, communication among cockpit member, impact on air safety violation. Like increase in the communication among cockpit members will decrease air safety violation. That is my testable statement drawn from my theoretical framework. So if you have developed your theoretical framework, then you would be able to draw your hypothesis. So communication among cockpit member and air safety violation, there is an arrow. So what does this mean? The arrow means the increase. Here, if I write here, increase in communication among cockpit members, then it will decrease air safety violation. That is directional variable. So I'm going to give the direction in a positive or negative way. If I write here, there is a significant relationship between decentralization, that is another type of hypothesis. I don't know the exact significance of that relation. Either it's a negative or positive. Like the practical aspect or a theoretical aspect is not going to give me the right direction, but it's written there, there is a significant impact. It might be positive or negative, but I don't know right now. So I will write here, there is a significant impact of decentralization to the air safety violation. That might be negative or positive. What are the results would be there, then I will draw it, either it's a positive or negative. But right now in a testing phase, you will just write it, there is a significant relationship. So that relationship is not directional, either positive or negative. So these sort of hypotheses are called non-directional hypotheses. So either we have directional hypothesis or non-directional hypothesis. Now, the interesting one here, null and alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis is a proposition that state a definitive exact relationship between two variables. Do remember it. Uh, in statistics, normally what we do, normally we work on null hypothesis in our statistical subjects. Like if you remember your statistic course, normally learning of and alternative hypothesis start from null hypothesis. If your null hypothesis will reject, you will accept your alternative hypothesis. This is a common phenomena in your statistics course. But here in research, the phenomena is opposite, because in null hypothesis, what hypothesis means, the A is, like you write something, uh, like as a null hypothesis, to write like this, the A is equal to 0. If A is not equal to 0, it means that is your alternative hypothesis. And alternative hypothesis is A is like A is not equal, like I would not be able to draw a sine of naught is equal to, like if I write here a is not equal to 0, like just a second, like if I write here a is not equal to 0, so that is my alternative hypothesis. So null hypothesis a is equal to 0, whatever the variable is. But in my research hypothesis, if I talk my testable statement, my research hypothesis, uh, that that hypothesis is always there as an alternative hypothesis, because in my testable statement I never say that is 0. If there is no any relationship, like I would say that there is a positive relationship between training and air violation. If you remember my last discussion, like here, if I would say that that relationship that relationship is 0, it means my testable hypothesis is rejected. I'm saying that the communication among cockpit employees will impact on the air safety violation. So increase in that relationship will decrease air safety violations. So there is a relationship. The A is not equal to 0, 0, 0. There is no 0. It means there is a something. That relationship will give you a certain value in decreasing form. So it's in inverse form. So if that relationship is 0, it means that is my null hypothesis. So do remember it in your research. Your hypotheses are always alternative hypothesis. तो कभी भी आपसे कि पूछा जाए कि जो रिसर्च हाइपोथेसिस होता है, इधर इट्स नल हाइपोथेसिस और अल्टरनेटिव हाइपोथेसिस, सो दैट इज ऑलवेज अल्टरनेटिव हाइपोथेसिस. So hypothesis, these are the simple negative hypotheses can also be tested through a qualitative study. For example, there are some examples. This is the whole summary of our study. Do remember it. The some explanation of hypotheses are missing in that slide. Like uh, I would write here directional and non-directional hypothesis. Directional means we have a direction of positive or negative relationship. Non-directional means only we would write here there is a significant relationship. The significant relationship might be positive or negative, whatever is there. That is called non-directional. We don't know the direction of positive or negative, but there is a direction. But in directional hypothesis, we are very clear. Either it's a direct relation or indirect relation. This is all about our developing of theoretical framework and hypothesis, and later on even we will kept on will keep on talking about that hypothesis as well. Is there any question? Now I will share some क्लास वर्क. आप लोगों को कुछ वर्किंग टास्क मैंने दिया हुआ था, इफ यू रिमेम्बर.
जी सर.
लेट मी ओपन सर्वर में कुछ जरा ये फाइल्स ओपन कर लो.
वो प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट आइडेंटिफाई करनी थी हमने
यस,
रिसर्च के लिए, और उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा समरी लिखनी थी उसकी, हाफ पेज की, के
जी.
हमने
आज मैं
एग्जैक्टली
आपको ना
करना
वो
क्या.
जो समरी शीट है वो मैं आपको दिखाना चाह रहा हूँ कि व्हाट शुड बी द appropriate way of writing that short summary. Okay, can you see that example of problem statement? If it's not visible, you can zoom it. Yeah, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
जी सर
Okay, this is the short form of writing your problem statement. I would recommend you to write your research topic in that way. The heading should be a background of study or a problem statement, and read that example, and then clearly follow the pattern that being followed here. The same way, I will also share a short research article in our BRM group, or even you can get help from that article, how you can write the introduction of your topic. That introduction of your topic means the writing of problem statement. So in our first step, you will write your statement according to that format, or even you can get help from the article that I will share now. Even at the end of that class in our group, you can take help from that article as well. So I would recommend everyone to write problem statement of your topic according to दैट फॉर्मेट. और इसी तरह आज मैं आपको कुछ शॉर्ट एक्सरसाइजेज भी अभी आपको सेंड कर दूंगा क्लास में, जो आप लोगों ने मुझे ये अभी राइट अप करके, जो हमारी क्लास का एंड टाइम है हमारे पास अराउंड 6, तो 6 से पहले आपने वो मुझे शॉर्ट एक्सरसाइजेज भी मुझे आपने सेंड करनी है. वो इवन आई विल, बल्कि मैंने आपको वो ग्रुप में सेंड की है. इफ़ एवरीवन कैन चेक इट, ग्रुप के अंदर मैंने आप लोगों को कुछ पेज सेंड किए हैं पेजेस. उसमें से द फर्स्ट इज़ योर एग्जांपल ऑफ प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट, जो अभी मैं आपको यहाँ पे मैंने शो की हुई है. अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट यू विल डेवलप योर प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट. और देन एक्सरसाइज 5.11, 12 and 13. Exercise 5, 5.11, 5.12 and 5.13. अगर आप ग्रुप में चेक करें तो ये एक्सरसाइज आपने मुझे अभी करके जस्ट सेंड द पिक्चर्स इन योर जूम ग्रुप. तो जूम ग्रुप के अंदर आप लोग मुझे ये शेयर कर देंगे. तो बिफोर स्टार्टिंग दैट एक्सरसाइज, इज देयर एनीवन हु वांटेड टू डिस्कस his or her research idea with me? Right now you can discuss with me. बाद में कोई टॉपिक की क्लैरिटी अगर किसी को लेनी है तो वो अभी आप लोग मुझसे जो है वो डिस्कस कर सकते हैं अबाउट द रिसर्च टॉपिक और आइडिया.
ये जो आपने अभी बताई है, सॉरी, ये एक्सरसाइज 5 और 5 पॉइंट समथिंग, ये कहाँ पे है अभी? ग्रुप
ये
में
आप
तो नजर
सीआर
नहीं
से
है.
बात करें, ये आपको भेज देगा. शायद आप ग्रुप में नहीं है, तो ये सीआर, ये जरा अशरफ साहब की हेल्प करें प्लीज.
ठीक है सर, मैं भेज रहा हूँ.
तो आप लोगों को मैं फिर रिपीट कर रहा हूँ, जो आपका रिसर्च टॉपिक होगा दैट शुड बी अ यूनिक वन. सेलेक्ट अ टॉपिक और डोंट राइट इन मोर डिटेल. आई डोंट वांट डिटेल्स. आपको अभी मैंने बता दिया है कि यहाँ पे मेरे पास ये प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट है, प्रॉब्ली इट वुड बी अराउंड 500 वर्ड्स ओनली. आई वांट योर प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट इन दैट फॉर्मेट. क्लियर?
सर आपको अभी चाहिए ये?
नो, ये तो मैं आपको फॉर्मेट दे रहा हूँ जो मुझे नेक्स्ट वीक तक आप मुझे प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट इसके अकॉर्डिंगली, इस फॉर्मेट के अकॉर्डिंगली डेवलप
ठीक
करके
हो गया,
दीजिए.
ठीक हो गया,
और
ठीक हो गया.
इवन आई विल सेंड यू अ फॉर्मेट ऑफ रिसर्च आर्टिकल. उसमें जो इंट्रोडक्शन का पार्ट होगा उस फॉर्मेट में भी आप मुझे दे सकते हैं. उस इंट्रोडक्शन पार्ट में भी आपको यही चीज़ होगी, लाइक योर प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट. मुझे ज़्यादा डिटेल से नहीं चाहिए, जस्ट a half page or a 1 page only. तो अपने बेत आइडियाज़ जो है वो सोचें, बाकियों से डिस्कस करें, उसको बड़ा क्लियर कीजिएगा। आप मुझसे आइडिया डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, जस्ट राइट योर रिसर्च आइडिया इन अ ग्रुप। और थोड़ा लेट भी अगर रिप्लाई किया तो मैं आपको आइडिया पे रिप्लाई कर दूंगा, ताकि बाद में उस आइडिया की सिग्निफिकेंस के ऊपर
सर
हम
किस टाइप की रिसर्च आप हमसे रिक्वायर कर रहे हैं कि
एनीथिंग
मतलब
एनीथिंग
किसी भी टॉपिक पे?
एनी टॉपिक जो हमने जो 2 क्लासेस हमारी इधर कैंपस में क्लासेस हुई थी, वहाँ पे हमने ज़्यादा रिसर्च आइडिया और प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट्स के ऊपर ही डिस्कशन करते रहे कि द शुड बी अ यूनिक वन, जो आपका इंटरेस्ट एरिया है उसमें से आप देखें, जो आप वर्किंग कर रहे हैं, आपने बहुत सारे अपने कोर्सेज भी पढ़े हैं, कुछ आपने असाइनमेंट्स भी की हुई हैं, तो यू कैन गेट द आइडिया फ्रॉम दैट। इवन आजकल ये कोविड का सिनेरियो देखें, तो जब भी आपने कोई टॉपिक सेलेक्ट करना है तो एक चीज़ हमेशा ज़हन में रखिएगा, व्हाट इज़ द नीड ऑफ द सोसाइटी और व्हाट इज़ द नीड ऑफ द रिसर्च आइडिया। तो मार्केट में नीड और फिनोमिना को आपने एड्रेस करना है, और उसके अकॉर्डिंगली लाइक आजकल जैसे बहुत सारी स्टडीज़ जो है वो पेंडेमिक के सिनेरियो में हो रही है, बिकॉज दिस इज़ द रियल नीड ऑफ द सोसाइटी। तो उसके अकॉर्डिंगली आप कर सकते हैं। आइडिया बहुत आपका यूनिक हो। रिसर्च का एक बहुत बड़ा पॉइंट ये होता है कि द रिसर्च शुड कंट्रीब्यूट समथिंग। तो ऐसा ना हो कि आप सिर्फ एक वो रेपिटेशन ही कर रहे हो। तो अभी भी मैं आपको फिर टाइम दे रहा हूँ, बाकी ये 2-3 हफ्तों से हमारी क्लासेस भी चल रही हैं, तो अच्छे से जो है वो आइडियाज़ आप सेलेक्ट करें। और शॉर्ट स्टडी है, इसलिए ज़्यादा मैं आपको इसमें एक्सटेंसिव वर्क दे ही नहीं रहा हूँ, तो इसमें अच्छा आइडिया लें। पीएचडी वालों को थोड़ा ये फ़ायदा होगा कि दे आर ऑलरेडी वर्किंग ऑन देयर रिसर्च टॉपिक, तो यू कैन फॉलो योर आइडियाज़ हेयर एज वेल। तो बाकी आप लोग जो हैं वो एमबीए वाले, आप कुछ वर्किंग करें, इसमें कुछ आइडियाज़ लें, आपकी असाइनमेंट्स है पेंडेमिक से रिलेटेड लें, लाइक यू कैन वर्क ऑन द ऑनलाइन सिनेरियोज है, द पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम पाकिस्तान में है, उससे रिलेटेड आप ले सकते हैं। यू कैन सेलेक्ट टॉपिक फ्रॉम द इंडस्ट्री एज वेल। इफ़ यू आर वर्किंग समवेयर इन द प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस, यू कैन गेट द आइडिया फ्रॉम द प्रोडक्शन और in your own departments as well. So with the observations, with your experience while reading newspapers, magazine and other secondary data, you can get some ideas as well. अब देखें, ये जो न्यूज़पेपर के अंदर कॉलमिस्ट होते हैं वो भी किसी ना किसी कुछ हॉट इश्यूज़ के ऊपर अपनी क्रिएटिव राइटिंग कर रहे होते हैं, तो हम उनके आर्टिकल्स पढ़ते हैं, तो उनसे हम आइडियाज़ लेते हैं कि कितनी उन्होंने एक क्रिएटिव राइटिंग की है। तो ट्राई टू राइट समथिंग यूनिक और क्रिएटिव। Only 4 to 5 pages in the whole semester. That is not a big deal. But what I mean it, you should write your own statements, your own research. अपनी thoughts को लिखिएगा यहाँ पे. Yes, get help from the literature. I will never stop you. But get the knowledge from literature and then write your own perspective of research. Probably the people will not be agree with your perspective, but the unique perspective is always there. Theory जो होती है, जो डेवलप होती हैं, वो कुछ लोग उसको एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, कुछ लोग नहीं करते, बट द आइडिया शुड बी डिफरेंट। अब एक स्टूडेंट यहाँ पे मेरे साथ एक काम कर रहे हैं, इसी तरह स्टडी किया था, मैं सिर्फ सिंपल एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ। उन्होंने ये कहा कि ये जो पेट्रोल वगैरह है, ये सब लोगों को इसके सेम रेट पड़ते हैं। हमने एक ऐसा मॉडल डेवलप करना है कि जिसमें डिफरेंट सोशल क्लासेस को डिफरेंट जो है वो कमोडिटी की प्राइसेस पे करना पड़े। बट पीपल वुड नॉट बी एग्री, बट येस ही इज डेवलपिंग अ मॉडल। तो ऐसी कुछ डिफरेंट स्टडी करें। अभी ये क्लास का टाइम भी लेस देन 1 रह गया, तो अभी आप लोगों ने जो है वो जो मैंने एक्सरसाइजेज दी हुई हैं वो प्लीज़ आप एक्सरसाइज करके मुझे ग्रुप में भेजें, और मैं आपको फॉलो अप कर रहा हूँ ग्रुप में। जिसका कोई क्यूरी हो वो मुझे ग्रुप में मैसेज कर सकता है, तो उधर ही मैं उसका आंसर कर दूंगा। एक्सरसाइजेज मैंने ग्रुप में भेज दी हैं, जिनके पास मिसिंग है वो प्लीज़ बाकी लोग जो है वो शेयर कर दें। और द एक्सरसाइज इज़ वेरी शॉर्ट और आई नीड इट इमीडिएटली। उसके बाद आप जो वर्क कर लेंगे तो देन यू कैन टेक अ ब्रेक।
ये एक्सरसाइज यही